So the stock market today is an absolute bloodbath. Now, how is it that I intend to trade today? Let me go ahead and break it down for you, and I'm going to make it super, super simple. I really hope that you learned something new, and if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing as I upload new videos every single day. So my LPP team is the group that I work with every morning. I just finished up with them. I trade with them for about 30 minutes to an hour. And one of the things that I explained today is you have to know when you've kind of missed out on a play, right? And I feel like that's the move today, right? I kind of have to accept that I missed out on this entire rally on SQQQ. For those that are unaware, when the NASDAQ market, as you can see behind me, as the NASDAQ market sells off, obviously SQQQ goes up. So yes, it would have been very favorable. It would have been perfect in an ideal world if I was an SQQQ and made money as this thing was running up. But guess what? I was not, right? I didn't hold the position overnight and I didn't get a benefit from that gap up. Now, SQQQ at its peak was already up 4.5% on the day. Yesterday, it was up 4.28%. The average big gain for something like TQs or SQs based off of my experience. This is why I think it's really important to become familiar with what you trade. It's not that it's perfect, but the average gain is 4 to 5% are considered to be above average, right? Bigger gains for the day, and it doesn't normally go much beyond that. I mean, has SQQQ ever had a day bigger than 5 or 6%? Yes, 100%, but it doesn't happen very often. Now, because of how much we've gapped up, one of the things that I'm taking into consideration is that, okay, well, obviously it doesn't make sense to jump into QQQ or to TQQQ right now. For those that are unaware, when the NASDAQ market recovers, then TQQQ recovers, right? So obviously, if I don't see any more progress potential on SQQQ, right, if I think that we're at a potential resistance range, then I'm going to probably want to pay attention to TQQQ. But the market is so bearish right now that jumping in early just wouldn't make sense. So kind of in a pickle, right? SQQQ is too overbought, but it's still a strong pattern. But then TQQQ is oversold, but there's no confirmation. And this is just where you have to make it very simple for yourself. Okay. Risk to reward ratios on SQQQ just don't make sense. My upside potential does not outweigh my downside risk. SQQQ, in my opinion, is literally too overbought. The downside risk is way too high today, right? Within the day. So because of that, I have to respect this and just be like, yo, it's just too overbought for my risk to reward criteria of what I try to aim for. So because of that, it's just not an option for me today. I would rather not trade. TQQQ, yes, it's oversold, but again, it's too bearish, right? Lower lows, lower highs, no confirmation of that reversal. I don't want to jump into that if we never get that confirmation. So again, the pickle is, what's the solution? I set my alert, and this is what I announced to our LPP team. I set my alert on QQQ, right? The break above, the break below. If we begin to show signs of progress on the 5-minute time frame for QQQ, then I could entertain a position on TQQQ, right? If we never get that confirmation and the market just continues to consolidate or the market continues to sell off a little bit, then I'll respect that. I just won't trade today, right? So today is just the day based off of how the market is performing. I have to accept that I missed out the play on SQQQ. There's been so many times, and you guys let me know in the comment section if you've ever done this, where you're like, oh, it's up 4%. I need to jump into this. People get this very confused where just because a stock is in the green doesn't mean that it's going to make you money, right? If a stock is not showing more signs of progress or it's at a potential resistance because it's overbought enough, then at that point, you're pretty much entering a position that runs more downside risk than it does upside potential, right? So because of this, I just take a step back and keep it simple. I understand what offers good risk to reward ratio, but has no confirmation. I understand what is bullish today, but again, is way too overbought. So because of that, I'm just choosing to stay cash today. I'm setting my alerts, and if on the 5-minute time frame I show signs of progress or I see signs of progress on the NASDAQ market showing signs of a recovery, then I can entertain the idea for a potential entry on TQQQ. Other than that, if I don't get that confirmation at all, I just simply won't trade today. And that's fine, right? Out of the 252 trading days that there are in the year, what is wrong with just missing out on a few? So just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Pretty boring, maybe setup, but I want to be open with you guys, right? There's some days that are very interesting and there's some days that are very slow. When it comes down to the overall economic reports, initial claims and continuing claims coming in a little bit lower than what was expected or the prior week, and then existing home sales coming in a little bit lower than what was expected based off of the 4.1 million, and we came in at the 4.04 million. So again, staying patient today. My alerts are set. I would love to enter if the opportunity ends up presenting itself. If not, again, I'm just not going to waste my time trading today when my criteria is not met. And I think that's the example that I want to lead by today. So I hope that it earned your thumbs up. Please feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section. If you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, it's going to be the second link in the description down below. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.